How did you get onto the Virginian?
I was doing some theater. I was actually 16 years old. I'd been doing theater pretty nonstop for a couple of years. And I was doing a play called Gigi. I don't know if any of you have seen that.
Oh, yes.
It was a character I really liked. I got some very nice reviews in the papers. And it's like one of the stories, you know, that you hear about. It got great reviews, and talent scouts came for the movie studios. It was sort of the an end of an era where people were looking for talent to sign to 7-year contracts and turn them into movie stars. So I had 3 studios that wanted to sign me. One was Warner Brothers. I think they wanted to put me in movies. And then Universal was another one. And I did not know that they were looking for a girl for the Virginian. What had happened is Roberta Shore was in the show when it started. She played Lee J. Cobb's daughter. And she left to get married. And it hadn't been on the show or anything, but they were really looking for another girl. And I was asked to do a screen test. And it was so kind of rush. I didn't even test for the Virginian. They happened to be testing a lot of girls at that time for a TV series called Tammy. And I should have known something was up because they were all little perky blondes, except for me. And I thought, what am I doing here? But I did the Tammy scene for the screen test. And right before we shot, I remember the hairdresser came and sprayed some blonde stuff on my hair. And I had a meeting right before with Cliff Buehliger, who was on the Virginian. The studio sent me over to his house because I had to have a southern accent. And his mother-in-law was from Arkansas. So he was going to help me with the southern accent. Went over there and he called her and put her on the phone. We talked for a little while and I got that down. And it just never occurred to me that they were looking at me for the Virginians. But I did the screen test, and then I got a letter from Universal saying that it was the best screen test they'd seen in 30 years, which was really nice. And so I got those 2 offers, Warner and Universal. And the Universal, they had a series. Unbeknownst to me, it wasn't just the sort of 7-year contract they did, but there was a series because Roberta had left. And so it was just kind of boom, boom. And I started filming the Virginian at the same time Roberta came back to do her wedding show.
Oh, yeah.
And we were on the set at the same time. They would do that, shoot 2 shows at the same time. But she was doing her goodbye, and I was doing my hello. And it was like, I think there's a song, Hello, Goodbye.
Yeah.
It was sort of like that. And before I had any film, I went out with a wrangler on a horse, and I guess they thought I was a good rider, and I actually was not. And
Sorry?
That's a common
One that taught him.
misconception. They always think
Oh,
they're
really?
riders. and they're not.
maybe it was the same horse, or maybe it was the same dress. I think that horse did not like that dress that you were wearing that I was. Yeah, I think that was it. Well, they had also just started the Universal tours, the trams at that time. Have any of you ever been on the Universal tour? Well, the year that I started the show, they had just started the Universal tours, and a lot of the people were grumbling about it. They thought it was a flash in the pan. Oh, what is that? That's so annoying. I know Jim Drury did not like them. You know? He thought they'd go away, and if there was a tram going by. But the animals were not used to them. And I was on a horse, And the tour van went by, and the tour guide said, and here we have a couple actors from a Western riding a horse. And the horse just heard that and just started,
Well trained.
well, I think it got scared. And since I knew I was going to be on the show and I did not have too much experience with the horse, I approached it the way I approach most things. I started reading. I was a big reader, and I remember reading something. You have to understand, I was like barely 17. I think it was my 17th birthday. And I read something that said, a lady does not grab the horn. So this horse is starting to buck, and my first thought that came into my head was, a lady does not grab the horn.